Hi everyone, it's Nicole Wilkins with FitnessRx for Women, and this is my next question and answer segment where I took your questions from Facebook and I'm going to answer them for you today. The first question I have is, I'm familiar with regular squats, sumo squats, curtsy squats, and narrow stance, but I rarely ever feel like the underneath of my and sides of my glutes are being fully utilized. Do you have any advice? Try to go a little bit below parallel. You may have very flexible hamstrings, and the lower your squat, the more you're going to work your glutes. But you should also incorporate lunges, which kind of hits a little bit deeper in the glute hamstring tie-in, as well as step ups. If you have a butt blaster machine, that also targets the glutes. But even though you may not actually feel it in that spot, it is still working it. So try some of the other things that I mentioned as well. The next question I have is, I started seriously working out in August of last year. My goal was to compete. I've lost 40 pounds, look and feel very different, but I think I've hit a wall. I can't seem to stay on the diet that I was on before and keep cheating. Have you ever had this happen, and how can I push myself to stay on track? Well, for girls who compete, and guys for that matter, because you're on such a restricted diet, when you're off of the diet and the competition's over, you kind of feel like you can eat anything you want, and the motivation really kind of goes through the door because you don't have that set goal in mind anymore. So my advice is to set another goal. Like, you constantly have to have something else to shoot for, and that may not be another show. It may be scheduling a photo shoot, or running a 10K race or something like that to help keep you on track. Motivation will come and go, so don't beat yourself up if you have something bad once in a while. But when it becomes something that you do every day and it gets a little bit out of control, you kind of have to step back and ask yourself, why you're doing that. Are you eating because of emotions? Are you not having enough variety in your diet? Are you completely eliminating the foods that you like and not having them every once in a while in moderation? Always think of your diet as something that you can do for life. So completely eliminating food groups isn't really realistic, unless of course you're getting ready for a show. But in the off season, that's something to practice. So journal what you're eating, ask a friend to join you, take progress pictures every week. That will help you maybe stay on track, but don't beat yourself up so much. Take it one day at a time, and eventually you'll get back on track. The next question I have is, what is the best post-workout meal if you work out in the evening right before going to bed? Would you still eat carbs so late? Yes, it depends on what your workout was, and it also depends on your body type and your goal. So if you are leaner and you're kind of ahead of schedule for where you want to be, and you can metabolize carbs a lot more efficiently, then after a workout, yeah, I would have maybe apple or something light, like a couple rice cakes, sweet potato. If you're trying to lose a little bit more body fat, then I would stick to just protein and vegetables. So make an omelet with spinach, with egg whites, or make a big salad with a chicken breast and balsamic vinegar. So those are some options, but it isn't going to be horrible. Your body will utilize those carbohydrates right away. So if you had a really hard workout and you're still looking to lose body fat, having a couple rice cakes isn't going to kill you. The next question is, when totaling your carbohydrate intake each day, do you include carbs from vegetables such as spinach, broccoli, peppers, tomatoes, etc.? Usually I don't, but if you're consuming them in overabundance, then it can there are calories, so although they're not digested because they're pretty much all water and fiber, I don't count them on a regular basis, but I do, as the show is getting closer, kind of watch those a little bit more. The only ones I would count toward the carbohydrate intake would be starchier vegetables like corn, carrots, beets, peas, that kind of stuff. So I would actually incorporate that into what a carbohydrate meal would be. And the final question I have is, once in a while I get in a spot where I have to grab some fast food. I try to get something like a chicken sandwich with no mayo to be as healthy as possible. What would you choose if you had to eat fast food? Well, I would would probably go to Subway and get a chicken salad. I mean, pretty much any fast food restaurant you can get chicken breast and a salad. Just watch the dressings, because ranch dressing has like something like 30 grams of fat in 2 tablespoons. So I'd rather save my fat for something else. But I always have almonds or a bar, or I bring my food with me every day in a cooler. So if you don't carry a cooler, I highly recommend it. It will help you stay on track for sure. And yeah, so that's what I would do. So those are my questions for this week. Until next week, keep asking your questions on Facebook, on the FitnessRx for Women Facebook, or mine, and I'll be back every Friday to answer them for you. Until next time, keep living the fit life.